Hey, how y'all doing? It's your boy Greg Parchment. We doing it again. Another video. A lot of stuff happened from the last time we got together, or I did a video. So I'm just gonna talk about a few topics real quick. Just a couple things that I wanted to say. First and foremost, I had a couple. Deaths that kind of affected me in my life, like the last few days. So I just want to say real quick before I get into all the fun stuff that if you have somebody that you're close to that you haven't talked to in a while, definitely give them a call, shoot them a text. Just let them know that, hey man, I care about you, because you never know when anybody's gonna go, man. Because I got some people close to me going through some things right now. So I just wanted to just let y'all know and just give you a quick reminder on that. I don't want to get too deep into that. Just, somebody that you had on your mind or your heart and you have been a little busy. Hey, man, trust me. You rather talk to them, see them, do what you got to do to keep in touch with your loved ones and everything. I just want to say that real quick. So one of the things I want to get into is, as people who know me know, I'm a big University of Miami fan. And Miami had a disappointing loss against Georgia Tech. And, I mean, it was really kind of a disappointing game all throughout. Tyler Van Dyke threw 3 interceptions, and honestly, Miami looked like they were sleepwalking throughout the game. However, they were able to get the lead late, and they looked like they were going to finish the game off. Now, the reason why this game was very popular in the general media is because we had the ball with like 30 seconds left, and we chose to run the ball. And unfortunately, the refs deemed that our running back, Don Cheney, fumbled the football. And, I mean, like I said, they said that he fumbled the football. And unfortunately, Georgia Tech was able to go back down the field in 26 seconds and march down 74 yards and beat us in the last second. And unfortunately for us, we had the possession, and we probably should have took a knee because they had no timeouts. And everybody's getting on Cristobal for a very, very stupid decision. And I guess rightfully so. You can't say that it was really nothing you can say, because we should have took a knee. What I wanted to talk about with that situation is that I just don't understand why people want to pile on, though. And it's just like, it just goes to show that, I guess in college football, there's certain programs that you can't follow everybody, Even me, I try to follow as much programs as I can. And, it's hard. There's a lot of programs, there's a lot of different schools to follow. But it's like, you can tell people don't really follow college football, or at least don't follow Miami that strong. Because, I mean, in fairness to the public, Miami hasn't been good the last 20 some odd years. So, but they're basically making it seem like, Maro Cristobal should be fired. And even though it was a dumb thing to do, the program is better than it was last year. The program is stronger. We just had a brain fart. I think they're gonna bounce back. They got a big game against North Carolina. I honestly think we're gonna win that game. And it's a tough game. North Carolina's a good team. They have a great quarterback in Drake May, but Miami has a very physical defense, great D-line, probably the best defense that Drake May has faced all year, and we have an explosive offense that didn't really get it going against Georgia Tech, but did enough to win the game if we didn't do that stupid thing at the end. So as far as I'm concerned, and also what a lot of people aren't talking about, and they try to say I'm making excuses, but Chaney was down. His elbow was on the ground, and for the ACC to try to say today that with the replays that were made available to them, where do you think people on got the replays from? They got the replays from the same cameras that you were using. And the cameras that you were using showed that his elbow was down with the football in his hand. It was clear as day. And they freeze framed it, hand on the football, elbow down on the ground. And they said that it was the right call. Like, how could you say something like that? Why would anybody believe anything you say after, like, we just see that his elbow is down? So, honestly, the ACC is a bunch of liars. I don't know who they're trying to protect. It's stupid. And, you can just admit that you made a mistake. Nobody's asking you to change what happened. It is what it is at this point. You made a bad call. Just own up to it. I don't understand why they can't just do that instead of just being lying jerks. We lost already. Don't make it like a doubly bad by saying, oh, well, it was the right call when we know it's not the right call. Everybody knows it wasn't the right call. They're trying to protect their referees. It's really ridiculous, man. So, anyway, I'm not really mad at Cristobal. Well, I'm mad at him, but I'm not like down on him because I think he is doing a great job, honestly. And I think, like I said, we're going to bounce back. I think he's built a great team. And I think they're going to show what they're made of on Saturday. It sucks that we can't really go undefeated because there's no way they're going to put us in the playoffs now, even if we run the table. But I think we're really building a nice foundation for next year. And this year ain't over yet. We've got a lot of games to play. We've got a lot of good teams to play. So I'm looking forward to the season. I'm not down at all. I think it's going to be an exciting year. So, very stupid thing he did. But, we all do stupid things sometimes, man. Like, I look at my life, I did a lot of stupid things. So for me to be like, oh, he needs to be fired, we'll see. It's just not that simple. I think he's going to be fine. And, I think you're going to see what Miami can do on Saturday. What else did I want to bring up? So, in the NFL, everybody saw how good the 49ers looked against the Cowboys. I think the 49ers are clear favorites to win the Super Bowl. Honestly, I really thought they should have won it last year. If Brock Purdy didn't get hurt last year, I think they would have won it last year. This team is one of the most talented teams I've seen in a very long time. They are stacked to the brim with talent. Every level, they got studs all over the place. Offensive line, receivers, tight ends, quarterbacks good. D-line's good. Linebackers good. Corners, safety, everybody's good. Like, they are stacked to the brim. It's a great team. I really don't see them losing to anybody. If they're healthy, if they're somewhat healthy, I shouldn't say, everybody's going to get injuries, but I don't see this team losing. I think they can go undefeated. They have everything. And, like I said, I thought they were the best team last year. And if they say, like I said, somewhat healthy, especially if they don't lose Bosa or they don't lose Fred Warner, and if they don't lose Brock Purdy, I don't see this team losing. I'm sorry. Like, they're too good. They have everything you need. Coach is good. Calls good plays. Got a good quarterback. They're good, man. Like, Honestly, this season's about over. Like, I think I've seen about as much as I could see. My Giants are terrible. We're about to be 1-5 when we play the Bills. And I guess I'm gonna move on to the Giants because look. I don't understand Giants fans because you're seeing the beating that Daniel Jones is taking. You're seeing the terrible offensive line. You're seeing the fact that we don't have great weapons around him other than a pretty good tight end and a running back that's hurt right now. Why are people trying to jump off the bandwagon for Daniel Jones? Now, it looks like the Giants are going to have a bad year unless Jones stays healthy. Looks like we're going to have a pretty bad year. So, I really don't want to see the Giants take a quarterback in this draft. I think it would be a damn shame. We look like we're going to have a top 10 pick. You have a chance to get a real tackle in here to protect that right side that Evan Neal can't protect. Move Neal to guard and really try to fix this line, man, because this is really bad. Like, it's not like it should be criminal, honestly, to put someone behind an offensive line like that in football. This is bad, man. Like, who can play like productive football with a line like that? It's not Jones's fault. Everybody knows it's not Jones's fault. He goes to any other team in football, his offensive line is upgraded immediately, and he's gonna make the Giants look stupid. So I don't understand why anybody would try to act like he's the problem here. It's really, really ridiculous. And I'm getting really tired of people thinking that, just draft a quarterback and our lives will change and everything like that. No, a lot of these quarterbacks got to be developed. They got to be real leaders. I think Jones has shown what he can do last year if he got some decent protection and somewhat competent weapons, which he still doesn't have. They figured out Hodgins. Darius Slayton should be a number 4 on a good team, not a number 1 or 2, which he is for the Giants. So I really just think that if they finish with a top 10 pick, they cannot take a quarterback. They got to take a receiver. They got to take an offensive tackle. We really just got to get back to basics. We need another tackle. Evan Neal is not good. He's not an intelligent right tackle. He misses assignments all the time. I'm tired of it. I'm sure the Giants fans are tired of it. And the fact that he ran his mouth talking about the fans are hot dog flippers and hamburger flippers and he's a lion and we're sheep and all that other stuff. I don't even want him on the team, to be honest. But I don't know if they'll just cut him like that. So they just need to move him to guard, man, or cut him because he's not a good tackle. He's not good. I don't know what else you need to see. Getting Jones killed, he's got a bad neck again. It's just like, what are we doing here? So I'll be very, very disappointed if they take another quarterback. That's just bad evaluation as far as I'm concerned. If they're going to try and develop a whole new quarterback again, it's going to take another 2-3 years. I think that would be stupid. So I just wanted to say something about that. Hold on one second. Let me see what else I wanted to talk about here. All right. Talked about the Niners already. I guess I can get into Caleb Williams. Like, since we were talking about quarterback, what quarterback do you want to take? Why would I want to take a guy like Caleb Williams number 1 anyway? First of all, I don't even know how good he is because USC is a stacked offense, and I don't think he has the prototypical size you look for in a quarterback. And I'm sorry, if your quarterback is supposed to be your leader, a leader of men, responsible, somebody you want basically leading your organization, dude can't be painting his nails, bro. I'm sorry. You can't be painting your nails like you're going to the, like you're chatting it up with a bunch of, people at the mall and whatnot and trying to ask about keeping up with the Kardashians or something like that. I don't know. Like, what are you doing, Al? Why are you painting your nails, bro? It's weird. And I wouldn't want somebody, when people want to try to act like that stuff doesn't matter, but that stuff absolutely matters. That's weird. You want to play quarterback at the next level, and you want to lead people? We just see what Kyler Murray is doing. Arizona don't want that dude to lead that thing after he wants to wear sports bras and whatnot and act like that stuff is normal. That stuff is not normal, dude. I don't care where this world is going and whatnot. You're playing a team sport and you want a dude to basically lead you. That's never going to fly, bro. That's never going to fly. So it's not. I wouldn't even touch him. I'm sorry. I don't care how good he is. That's just, you got to have leadership skills. You got to have intangibles. That stuff, you can't just do nonsense like that. So, absolutely not with Caleb Williams. And if they're looking at someone like him or Daniel Jones, man, this ain't the organization that I grew up loving, because that's disgusting. I'm sorry. It's bad. And anybody who would recommend Caleb Williams to me obviously wouldn't want working for me. No way. Not in a position like that. No way. Let's see what we got here. Oh. So I want to get into this like Will Smith thing real quick. First of all, I was talking to my brother about this. There was a little interview with Jada Pickett, and she was saying how Will Smith and her have been separated for 7 years, and that she didn't even want Will Smith to defend her the way he did. Jada, we saw how you was looking at Will when Chris Rock made that comment, and the damage has already been done. So now that he's done this, and he did all this stuff for you, you're going to throw him under the bus and say y'all weren't even together and try to act like you didn't want nothing to do with it just because everybody was blaming you for it. Like, that's ridiculous, dude. Like, the man hasn't gone through enough already. Like, his career is pretty much already done now because of you. And you're going to basically dig the hole even deeper than that. Wow. This is... Look, man, I'm not saying I'm not saying that Will Smith doesn't deserve the backlash he's getting. What he did to Chris Rock was inexcusable. It was absolutely wrong. And honestly, he probably got off easy because Chris Rock handled that situation probably as best as he could. Better than a lot of men would have. And who knows how that could have ended up if he would have reacted, if he got his brothers involved, because that was absolutely an inexcusable thing to do. With that said, a lot of people come back from a lot of bad situations and everything like that. And I just don't see Will Smith coming back from this, A, because Chris Rock won't accept his apology, which is sad that it's come down to that, and B, because Jada won't stop embarrassing this guy, man. So it's like, Will Smith had such a pristine image. He built such a brand for himself, and it's totally ruined now. Like, when you look at Will Smith, it's like, you don't even think about all the amazing stuff he's done as far as with his rap career, as far as his acting career, as far as his family he tried to build. You don't think about none of that stuff. You think about him attacking Chris Rock for no reason. and his wife basically making him look like an absolute fool. And I don't say that lightly, like I'm some like perfect person or like I'm some great guy, I'm some stud, and I have everything perfect in my life, because I don't. But man, like Will Smith was like the coolest guy in the world, dude, and he goes from that to this, and it's like it's just weird. It's just like he's like, I get it, like, you know, it's like it's hard to look at him the same. But I think he's gonna be all right though, because I mean he's made so much money, like he probably can't even spend it all. Like you can't take away what the man has done. He's one of the best entertainers of all time. Fresh Prince will always be one of the best sitcoms of all time, and he's made a ton of blockbuster movies that you can't take away. So his legacy is pretty much set. But I mean, it's just a terrible way to end. And I mean, his wife needs to back off, man. Like his wife really does need to back off. Like, give me a break. Stop talking about the man. The man's been through enough. I don't know why everybody want to kick the man when he's down. Like, he's probably never, I don't know if he'll ever recover from this movie thing anymore. And, you know, which I feel like, again, I share the sympathy from him, but that apology came way, way too slow. Like, way too slow. He didn't apologize to Chris at the award show, which he should have. I mean, he should have reached out right away. Like, he was dead wrong. Dead wrong. And he tried to make it seem like he was right. And then only when he saw the backlash is when he wanted to apologize. And that's obviously why Chris probably is not accepting his apology, because he knows he's trying to save his career. But, you know, it's just a sad story because, you know, like I said, Will Smith was a great performer, and you don't want to see people's career end that way. But, you know, that's it. But, I mean, Jada, like, come on, man. You're separated, okay, but that's still your husband, though. Like, you're not going to have his back a little bit. A little bit. Like, how many times are you going to embarrass this guy? And that is something that, like, why I feel like some guys don't want to get married, dude. Because you got a long marriage like that, and all of a sudden your woman switches up on you and just, like, goes scorched earth trying to embarrass you, brings up dudes she's sleeping with while you were married or when people thought you were married. And, you know, he defends you, and you're not going to have his back, acting like, oh, you didn't really want him to do that. Come on, man. He did that for you. At least respect the action that he did that for you. Come on. Jeez, man. Unbelievable. I think, let me see what I got here. I think that was pretty much it. Yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say for the day. Oh, I mean, yeah, I think that's pretty much all I wanted to say for the day. I think everything's pretty much going the way it was supposed to go. So, I mean, I just want to, like I said, just wanted to, again, just remind everybody, like I said, if you have anybody in your life that you haven't had a chance to contact, please give them a call. Just tell them you love them. Tell them, you know, just find out how they're doing, and just remind them that, you know, you was thinking about them. I'm sure they appreciate that. You never know when everybody's going to go. You never know. That's God's time. That's something that God decides. You know, thankfully God usually gives us long life. We don't deserve one day, but he gives us years to try and find him. And even if you don't find him, you know, he gives you time to live the life that you want to live. But yeah, so please contact your friends and family, and please let them know how much you care about them. This is Greg Parchment. Thank you for tuning in if you tuned in. And I appreciate y'all, and I will absolutely talk to you soon. Thank you for all that you've done. Appreciate you. Thank you.